The spring 2017 season of anime is quickly drawing to a close, and while several shows will continue on into the summer, Attack on Titan, to the initial dismay of many, is not one of them. So with only one episode to go, I find myself asking the question, has Attack on Titan Season 2 been disappointing? Also heads up, spoilers for the entire show up to this point. When this season began, I was pumped for more Attack on Titan. I was also excited for Boku no Hero Academia, but unlike the former, I was actively keeping up on the source material, so I was aware of upcoming story arcs and character development. For Attack on Titan, I'd chosen to avoid any and all potential spoilers to the best of my ability to try and keep the show shrouded in that veil of mystery that initially got me hooked and kept me excited for this next installment. But now I feel as though this veil is becoming more and more frustrating as this current arc and season is wrapping up. Because aside from maybe connecting a few new dots here and there, I find myself with just as many unanswered questions as when I started Season 2. That being said, I have still been able to enjoy much of this second installment, even after I realized we probably weren't going to get the answers I wanted. Things like developing side characters outside of the main trio I thought really made the first 5 episodes great. It felt like we hadn't missed a beat from nearly 4 years ago. No recap, no sidetracking, we are finally gonna tie up some loose ends, right? Well... As I said, for the most part my desire for answers has gone unfulfilled, and is really my biggest complaint with this season. Why are there titans in the wall? Remember how big a deal that was? Me neither. Once all hell broke loose, the show dropped that plot point faster than Pastor Nick should have been. Seriously, we know the guy has secrets, one so dark that apparently he's willing to die for them, yet in the end all he serves to do is point us in the direction of another character who may have answers. Said person being Krista, aka Historia, but even then we don't know what or even how much she knows. And I don't think she has answers to questions like, what's the deal with the Beast Titan? Why is it hairy? Why is it interested in the 3DM? How can it speak perfectly fine when any other Titan we've seen can only maybe mutter a word or two? On that note of the Beast Titan, I think it's an incredibly interesting character, and with its addition in the first episode and placement at the end of the second promo video, I thought it might serve as some sort of constant antagonistic force, if not full-on villain. But again, the show just dumps those questions on us, and before we can get any semblance of an answer, we're on to the next confrontation. A sign of the show's improved pacing, to be sure, but frustrating at times when you just want information over action. Mystery can be a powerful hook for any property, and when it's so intimately tied to the world building and mythos of a series like Attack on Titan, that hook only gets embedded deeper. The fact that I have no clue about the origin of the Titans, or Titan shifters for that matter, or what the hell is in that basement, manages to simultaneously intrigue and infuriate me. And just when the pacing slows down, just when it feels like we might get a step closer to finding out one of those things, Eren decides to go all handy-capable on Reiner's ass before we learn much of anything. And don't get me wrong, I was not looking for or expecting an exposition dump, and I loved how they handled Reiner this episode and really made him feel like a broken character. I thought there was a ton of great stuff about this exchange, but there's so much I want to know and so little I have to go on, so when you present me with this golden opportunity, I can't help but feel a little let down. All the while, what little information the series does decide to give us is done so at a glacial pace. Hey, that Titan's crushing my house and can't stand up. That's weird. Oh wow, it spoke to me and looks like my mom. That's even weirder. And fast forward to the end of the season, and one more time we get the fact that Connie's mom is now a Titan beaten over our heads. All follow-up questions you might have had, like why and how, are neatly swept under the rug that she is now crushing. I know I'm being harsh. I am somebody who is constantly theory crafting and speculating answers. My mind is insatiable like that. So I recognize that virtually all of my disappointment stems from misplaced expectations of this season. And it might have come across that I hate what we've been given, but that's not true. I have been thoroughly entertained by this installment of Attack on Titan. From epically badass scenes like the MMA fight that was the brawl between Eren and the Armored Titan, to Reiner hoisting one onto his shoulders and tossing it out a freaking window, there was no shortage of hell yeah moments this season. And the deaths in this show are still as unsettling as ever. Especially the village scene Sasha stumbles upon in episode 2, it doesn't even give me chills, rather I just feel depressingly empty watching it. But if we want to talk chills, even though I knew it was coming because it was spoiled for me, the scene of Bertold and Reiner revealing their true intentions was masterfully done on pretty much every level. Really, the only thing I haven't enjoyed aside from the lack of answers is the degree of plot armor that seems to have extended beyond the trio and is now covering much of the 104th. Seriously, I'm starting to think the whole lot are Titan shifters. But then again, they could be faking me out, and this last episode could leave me thoroughly surprised. I'll just have to wait and see. So would I call Attack on Titan Season 2 disappointing? For me, I think it has been more so than the average viewer. I was expecting to walk away with fewer questions, and it looks like that won't happen. But I can't sit here and objectively say it was disappointing. And I think most people who share my dissent will agree that Season 2 suffered somewhat from Half-Life 3 syndrome. It kept getting pushed back and everyone built up a lot of expectation, myself included. What we got wasn't bad. Really, I think it's just more Attack on Titan with improvements on areas where it was a little weak. More of the same, but better. And I really can't complain about that at the end of the day. I can accept Attack on Titan Season 2 for what it is. Now excuse me while I deep dive the wiki and search for answers. I'm kidding. But seriously, the show has 1 week left before I crack open this mystery like a walnut. Those are just my thoughts and opinions though, and I want to know yours. What were your expectations for Season 2? Right on the nose, or perhaps a little misplaced like mine? Do you care about the overarching mystery within Attack on Titan, or are you just waiting for the next time Eren punches something in Titan form? Whatever it is, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, click over here on the left to subscribe, or if I've yet to convince you, feel free to check out some of my other videos on the right. Until next time.